You're listening to the Batuta Advocate's weekly news wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5.
G'day, my name's Bruce Hitchcock and you're listening to a special edition of the weekly Batuta News Bulletin, coming to you live from Desert Rock FM in downtown Batuta. Sitting alongside me this afternoon is my old mate Wendell Hussey. G'day, Del.
G'day, Bruce. Yes, hello. Thanks for joining us for this one-off news bulletin. We're coming to you a little early this week with a special wrap-up of one of the biggest stories, if not the biggest story in recent history. As you've probably seen in the media today, Cardinal George Pell has been found guilty of child sexual abuse.
That's right. Today, the country and the world said see you later to Cardinal Pell, who was until months ago one of the highest-ranking figures in the Catholic Church.
Yes, the entire planet is now free to tell Cardinal George Pell to get fucked today, after finally being able to talk openly about the stuff he was found guilty of months ago. This comes after Cardinal Pell was found guilty of 5 counts of child sexual abuse in a landmark case for the nation and the world. The guilty verdict relates to charges that occurred over 22 years ago and were followed by decades of denials and assurances by powerful conservatives across the country that nothing untoward was occurring in the Catholic Church. The Church is yet to give a statement, but it has been confirmed this afternoon that it's probably in their best interest to fuck up about gay marriage and abortion for the time being.
And the Pell news, as you can probably imagine, has put the Pope in a bit of hot water today. Our reporters revealed exclusively this afternoon that Pope Francis has spent the Roman morning trying to dodge calls from Jesus H. Christ himself. The man who represents Jesus on this hellish, God-forsaken rock floating through space rejected the papal iPhone a number of times, much to the anger and dismay of his concerned underlings in the Vatican. Pope Francis apparently told his papal aides to tell Jesus that he can't talk right now and that he wasn't in the mood for a tongue lashing from the Saviour anyway. The advocate was then informed by Jesus, through a priest speaking in tongues down at the Batuta Heights Church, that the man upstairs is absolutely ropeable with what's been going on down on God's green earth, and that the Pope needs to stop screening his calls immediately.
And the fallout from the landmark conviction quickly reached Sydney's northern beaches today. Tony Abbott, a close personal friend of the convicted rock spider, has confirmed today that he hopes the relationship with Pell doesn't hinder his chances of getting re-elected to Parliament this year. The former Prime Minister of Australia has conceded that he has once again found himself on the wrong side of history, as a close, long-standing friend of his inside the Catholic Church was found guilty of child sex offences. Tony Abbott told journalists today from outside his Upper East Side home down in Sydney that he hopes the depraved sex crimes of his ex-best friend George Pell don't harm his chances of getting back into Parliament. He said to reporters,
I regret calling Cardinal Pell a friend of mine. Regardless, it would be quite inconvenient if I lost this upcoming election.
In some relief for Tony Abbott, the night watchman, Scott Morrison, has today consoled the member for Warringah, saying that he went through the same thing with Frank Houston. Morrison spoke tenderly to the biggest threat to his leadership this afternoon, saying he went through a similar period of hardship when the leader of his church admitted to child sex offences. Scott Morrison put his hand on Tony Abbott's shoulder as they made their way from the House to the Liberal wing around 3 p.m. this afternoon and whispered in his ear that it would all be okay. "I'm here for you and so's Jesus," said Morrison, going on to explain how tough it was for him when Frank Houston, the leader of the Hillsong Church, was also revealed to be a pedophile.
And it's not just Abbott and the Pope feeling the pinch today. The people at Sky News have also been hit hard as well. The conservative pay TV news station has currently been broadcasting dead air for nearly 3 hours now as they await instruction from Rupert. In the hours after the suppression order was lifted on the biggest news story of 2019, the producers at the news network Sky News are still unsure of what their stance is on Cardinal Pell. The network's estimated 3,000 daytime viewers, as well as a few unfortunate people seated next to a TV in the Qantas lounge, say that Sky News has been broadcasting dead air for hours now, waiting for direction on how to report the criminal conviction with a specific agenda.
And it isn't yet known when actual programming will resume, but we will endeavour to keep you up to date on that story and the rest of the fallout from the Pell conviction as it unfolds. So head to our website to keep an eye on it. Anyway, that's it for this special edition news wrap this week. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe in order to get your weekly fix of real, unfiltered and unwavering regional news. Until next time, I'm Bruce Hitchcock.
And I'm Wendell Hussey.